Great. Go ahead, start that Grange. You can go ahead and obligate them. Usually in North Carolina, we obligate the next meeting to get, you want to bring more people, get more people in. And set your first official meeting. That needs to be pretty soon too, because you don't want people to lose that focus, lose that energy. You've got to keep it going. So go ahead and have that date kind of set in your head, and then let people know, okay, we're going to meet this night. Or let them pick the night, because it might be that you're meeting on a Tuesday, but you could have had double the people if you met on a Thursday. You got to keep that in mind. There's all kinds of things that go on in your community. As you know, people are busy. So then you want them to select the name for their Grange. Now we usually do this again at the next meeting. Let them think about it, let them ponder about it. Twin City came from an old newspaper. That's what the Winston newspaper used to be called, was the Twin City News. Explain to them what's going to happen at their next meeting so they're prepared. You don't want them to walk in blind. And have fun. Make it a big deal. Put it on that website. Give it to the newspaper. Put a picture. Make a flyer. Let people know what's going on. You got to promote it. Make sure they know that they're a part of something that's very, very important. And then follow up. Just like I said, if you get that no, I don't want to join, or I'm going to drop my membership, you got to follow up with them. Make sure you know what's going on in their head. Is there something going on in that Grange that maybe needs to be fixed, or maybe there's something personally that's going on that the Grange need help. You got to follow up. So reorganizing the charter members, like I said, find out what's going on with them. Maybe how can the state Grange help? How can deputies help? How can your membership director help? Your state president? And empower them to work on their own cause. Get them started on a project. Want them to do something positive. And then helpers. You always got to have help, right? You can't do anything by yourself. I'm so guilty of that. I'm such a one-person. I don't trust people to do their jobs. So I don't like to delegate. That's killing me. But you got to have helpers, and you got to let them do stuff. You got to put them out there and give them responsibilities. So.
Talking about these helpers, they're amazing. You already pushed that, didn't you?
Yes, it is.
There we go. Because we need these helpers to teach the Grange process. Back when the Founding Fathers started the Grange, how many of them knew how to march around and present the flag? No. Did they know how to open the Bible? Did they know not to walk between the graces and the altar? You guys did know that one, right? See, they don't know these processes. They don't know what's going to happen. They're going to join the Grange. We're going to talk to people today. We're going to sell them the Grange. They're going to see the concept. They're going to see how great it would be. They're going to want to join the Grange, and then they're going to go to Ringo's Grange. And they're going to see something that we didn't tell them about. They didn't know that we open, that we do this, that we do that. They didn't know we had those kind of things. So we need helpers to teach them that, show them that. They're getting some money for some specific actions. National Grange will pay them $400 for doing 4 different things. We need to make sure they understand that. They go through that process, they're going to get those increments. To get in the charter, we need to explain it to them. This is what the charter is. This is what we're going to do. We need to give them a kit. Did you know that when you charter a brand new Grange, once we send them the charter, we send that Grange from National an entire kit. Okay, did you know that? Did Paradise Grange get one? No? You don't know?
I don't think so.
Because you should have. And this kit will include everything you need. Songbooks, meeting notices, commit forms, treasure books, all of it. Okay?
How much does that cost?
$25.
That's part of the charter.
It's part of your charter. When you pay the $25 for the charter fee, we do all the charter stuff, and then we send you this kit. You get 2 gavels in there. You get all this stuff. Now, I started a Grange, first Grange I started. I told them they were going to get all this, right? I told them they were going to get the $400 if they did the deal, the $100 for each deal. Well, we went through the first year. We saw no kit. I'm going, okay, what's going on here? The Grange is looking at me saying, I thought you said we were going to get gavels and songbooks and notices, right? I says, yeah. He says, you guys didn't get any of that? So I call National. Okay, I have no problem picking up down an 888 number. Okay, 1884 Grange. Yo, I started this Grange. Where's their kit? Well, we got the charter application, but we haven't seen anything on that they've started their account and that they were to send a kit. Well, why not? Because that goes through your state secretary.
That's the problem right there.
So, us here today are to be very, very nice when we dial 1888. Hi, State Secretary.
Call.
There you go. Okay? We need to make sure we do those processes. We're going to go over that kit tonight, so I'm kind of going fast here. Certificate for charter members, do we have those? We don't make them national. We could, but you could make them. The state could make them. Because isn't that cool when you get one of those little things that says, you know, wow, I'm a charter member. You know, how many of you went into some of these Grange halls? You know, you're Grange number 1, Ringo's is 12, 38. You got some old Granges here, started in New Jersey. Okay? I've been into some of these old halls before, and you go up there, and here's the list of charter members, and it's so faded, you know, because it's 100 years old. You know, isn't that cool? And you can read the names down through there, and you're still seeing some of those names in the community today. You know, none of them are Grange members anymore, but you still see some of the names. You know, no, isn't that neat? You know, we need to present that to them and say, hey, you know, we have digital cameras, all kinds of photography equipment now that we can take pictures of them and hang that picture on the wall, or give that picture to each one of them and say, you guys are a charter member of this Grange. You know, make a big deal about it, because that really, really sets them up, builds them up at the beginning. Open doors, do not discourage ideas. We want to make sure that these helpers are helping them focus. Peterborough Grange, New Hampshire. I went in there. Peterborough Grange was the first Grange started after I took this job that I knew about. I went into Peterborough. They were going to start with or without us. Okay? This is the part of being prepared. Beth was prepared. She did a good job. She went in there and did it. They had 20, the meeting I went to, I believe there was 24 people showed up. They had stopped taking applications. Okay? Which when I first heard that, I went, ooh, why would you stop taking applications? They were getting applications faster than they could process it during the charter period. So they told everybody, wait 2 weeks and we'll start taking applications. So when I got there, I started saying, okay, you guys started the Grange, hallelujah. And they're going, yes, yes. I says, what are you going to do? Okay. I said, okay, well, because they were all kind of looking at each other, because they all had these ideas, but nobody wanted to go first, and they really didn't know what they could do, or how to do it, or even how to start. So I said, okay. So we broke out the big board. And I said, just give me your ideas. We're just going to go around the room. What would you like to do first? What would you like to do? What would you like to do? And we went around the room, and I pointed to every person. And every time somebody said something, we wrote it down. We ended up, and then we went around the room again. Because, you know, some people had lots of ideas. And we limited it to one. You could only do one. And then we went around the room again. We ended up with 57 ideas. Now, are they going to do 57 projects the first year?
No.
We all know that. Are they going to do 5?
Maybe.
That's more realistic. So I said, okay, let's prioritize this. So we sat there and I took them through a simple process of prioritizing their ideas. They had one idea that was the far and above winner. And then they had 5 ideas that got all the same number of votes. I said, guys, you did an excellent job. I said, this is where we start. It's far and above the one that everybody wants to do. I said, take a vote on it, because you need to take some Grange action. You need to take some ownership of it. We talked them how to through the process. Now then, the other 5, I said, you need to take those 5 and reprioritize them. Where do you start? And I says, and if you want to do them all, I says, who's in charge of each one of those? And then they picked a person to be in charge of each one of those. So see, simple process. One meeting, we focused them for the first year, didn't we?